IEM Oakland 2016 was the first opportunity for TSM to wash the bad taste of Worlds out of their mouths. With Doublelift taking a break from competitive League of Legends for the foreseeable future, TSM called up their former AD carry, Wild Turtle, to substitute. During Worlds, TSM had trouble with pick ban and converting leads into victories. However, against much weaker opposition at IEM, a rebound performance seemed likely. With the first round bye, TSM was set to face Unicorns of Love in the semifinals. Unicorns of Love are a mid-tier team with mid-tier talent from a mid-tier region. They should have posed no threat to the most successful team in North American history. In this video, we are going to focus on the first finished item for each champion in the game, to figure out which team could force an early advantage. Assuming the game didn't snowball out of control, this should give us a lot of information about the plans each team had for the game. The top lane matchup in Game 1 was Poppy vs Gangplank. Gangplank has the first item advantage since he built a Triforce, and Poppy built Sunfire Cape. If Gangplank knew Poppy would finish her item first, he should play back and try to keep his lane as close as possible, so that he can outscale her in the mid to late game, while using his ult to swing skirmishes around the map. The one thing he has to avoid is getting dove under tower with jungle presence. Since Gangplank's Trinity Force is the more impactful item when it's first built, advantage goes to Gangplank and Unicorns of Love. Olaf vs Lee Sin was one of the most popular jungle matchups at Worlds in IEM Oakland. Olaf outscales Lee Sin, but Lee has a large advantage in early game because of his kit, outplay ability, and his item advantage. The Warrior enchantment gives a 140% return on investment when purchased, which is 60% more efficient than Cinderhull before Olaf can build bonus health. Unicorns of Love should know how important it is to win early game if they pick Lee Sin, which explains the rest of their team comp. Victor and Zilean are very different champions. Victor's first item, Perfect Hex Core, is an item only he can build, which is very efficient and scales very well into the late game. Zilean is a supportive champion, who brings extreme utility to his team, but his first item, Rod of Ages, brings very little to mid and late game teamfights until it's fully stacked. This takes about 10 minutes. The health and mana are important stats, but if TSM wants to win, they will need damage from other sources. Zyra and Misfortune both build Eye of the Watchers first, so the focus should be on the AD carries. As usual, Jhin purchases Youmuu's Ghostblade first, which gives his team an advantage, especially with the active. Ezreal's Manamune transforms into Mirror Mana, but until this happens, the advantage is definitely given to Unicorns of Love. In a game where every lane on one team has the item advantage, the enemy will need to outplay them in order to even out the game, or wait until their core items can make up for the gold differential. Game 1 was decided early on because TSM outplayed Unicorns of Love significantly, before either team could finish their first items in Snowball. In Games 2 and 3, TSM was able to hold the first item advantage. If they were able to play patiently and use their item advantages, TSM could have easily moved on to the finals. The team compositions were very similar in each game. The only changes came in mid lane, and one of the AD carries. However, even with the changes in mid lane, TSM had a 3-1 and 4-0 advantage in finished first items. During Game 2, around the 20-minute mark, TSM and Unicorns of Love went roughly even in a teamfight around mid lane. However, Unicorns of Love took this opportunity to immediately gain vision control over Baron, making sure TSM had absolutely no vision on that part of the map. A closer look at the items shows Unicorns of Love were ready to try an early Baron. When Baron was initiated, Orianna was mid lane, and Kennen was bot lane with TP. This left Olaf, Ashe, and Bard on Baron. At this point, Ashe had an Infinity Edge, Hurricane, and Berserker Greaves, giving her very high DPS on neutral objectives. Olaf is tanky enough for Baron because he built Cinderhulk and Righteous Glory, and he also has Bard to heal him and off-tank. TSM realized they were on Baron when it was at 50% health, giving both teams enough time to call in reinforcements. Unicorns of Love were able to secure the Baron because Jhin was caught by an Orianna ult, which eventually gave them the win in Game 2. Unicorns of Love also snowballed in Game 3 early on, and advanced to the finals to face Flash Wolves. Obviously, Jhin getting caught was not a part of their plan, but it basically ended Game 2. Unicorns of Love were able to force TSM into reactionary gameplay due to their team composition. TSM couldn't attempt a sneaky 3-man Baron even if they wanted to, because of Jhin's low DPS on Baron, even with the Cassiopeia. This is why having a deep understanding of items is important. Once Ashe and Olaf complete 2 of their core items, Baron becomes a high priority objective they can force teamfights around. This also makes it more likely for the enemy team to make mistakes, like a Jhin being out of position. This game highlights the importance of item knowledge, but the series at large shows you can outperform the item breakpoints. The pick ban phase may determine which champions you are going to play, but you can change your champion build and playstyle at any point. Remaining flexible is much easier when you know which items you can pivot to in an accelerated game, or which items will help you outscale your enemies. Lastly, building team comps with specific items in mind can help you force objectives and break open even close games. Were you surprised with TSM's performance at IEM Oakland? Leave a comment below if you think TSM should stop playing Jhin, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.